Hey, good afternoon, Calvary Chapel of Springs. This is Mike Johnson with Gospel for Asia. Pastor Eric, I hope you're doing well. We've been thinking about you guys, praying for you. Like you, I'm in quarantine, so you get to visit my front porch here. And it's been a very interesting time, caused all of us to have to do things differently. But this is something we've wanted to do for a long time, to be able to reach out to churches like you guys who've been financially and prayerfully supporting our ministry, and just a simple way just to say thank you. And from the bottom of my heart, a genuine thank you. You've invested in us for 18 years now, chiefly through our staff. You've really helped make it possible for Nathan and Susanna Nelson to be here with us. Nathan is one of our senior leaders, and really helped and guide and give a lot of insight to move this ministry forward. And Susanna helps lead in worship. And so we're really grateful to have them here, but they couldn't be here unless you guys were sending them. And so we're just wanting to say a genuine thank you to that. Also, part of the intention of this is just to give you a quick update concerning the coronavirus. This is a global pandemic and has affected everywhere, but areas that don't really, I guess, get much headline news, it's places like India. So I'm going to show you some of the things that are going on there right now. So this is a picture along the India-Nepal border. And this is food and medicine lines that are being formed. The government is trying to help, but they went for a 21-day lockdown, and it's had really mixed effects. And it's you'll see here where it's not going as according to plan. And so there's a lot of people in very, very desperate situations. And part of that desperation is caused. This is another picture along the Nepal India border. There's migrant workers by the millions, a lot of them from Nepal, that are trying to go back home or find a place where they can get some type of employment so they can get food. But most of the landlords where these migrant workers were staying have kicked them out because they know, okay, we're under lockdown, you can no longer go to work, therefore you can't pay rent, and just boot them out. And so you have virtually overnight millions of people completely displaced and looking for somewhere to work so they can provide for their families. And it's just a very desperate situation. Go to the next slide here, Lord willing. There we go. So the government is stepping in to do what they can, but it's a completely overwhelming situation. You're talking a nation of 1.3 billion people, and of which you have hundreds of millions of them that are right now in dire straits of really not even knowing where the next meal will come from. We've been reading reports of people along the border that have been saying, I have no money, I have no food, I have no hope of employment. I don't know what's going to happen, and we're starving to death. That's literally what's taking place. You can see the desperation in this lady's eyes. That's just the reality for millions right now, and it's I. I don't even know how to really come to terms with this, but I wanted you guys to be aware of it, to continue in prayer, and also just perspective. Um, we've got it pretty good here in the States. Yeah, we can't find toilet paper, but we have food, and this helps you again with perspective. Is going this isn't going according to plan. They're not at the 6 foot guideline rules at all. This is going to spread very, very rapidly in a place like India. You can see that goes back further than the camera will let us look at. I was actually talking to one of our pastors this morning. He was sharing nearby our campus. There's a road, our main campus up near Delhi, and people are trying to get back home. And literally, he said you can look out, and for miles and miles in one direction, it's a sea of people along the road, and the same is true for the other direction. And he goes, so many of them, as he's talking to them, he goes, they don't know where they're going to go or what they're going to do next. It's just a very tragic situation, and you can just see the chaos and the potential for even greater chaos to come from this. And it's just these are all pictures from this week, by the way. So this is very real time what's happening right now. And so again, we want to say thank you that you guys have been supporting our work for so long. But we also want to just encourage you, keep praying, keep trusting God cares for these people. He cares for each and every one as he cares for you and I. And we don't want to lose sight that the mission hasn't stopped. It hasn't changed. our world has changed. That is without doubt. But we have to keep pressing on, trusting God is going to get his gospel to the furthest most parts of this world. He loves every single person. And you guys are a part of that solution. So again, I want to say thank you. God bless you. Pastor Eric, stay cool. And we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.